Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to GSL-English. My name is, of course, Gideon, and I'm here, as always, to help you speak natural, fluent, and confident English. And in today's lesson, we are going to look at some very British expressions. And these are expressions that are widely used in everyday conversations. So I encourage you to take notes, as using expressions and idioms like the ones that we are going to look at can really help you to speak authentic and natural English. And that's what we want. When we are having a conversation, we don't want it to sound forced or unnatural. We want it to sound genuine and natural. Expressions, idioms, phrasal verbs are a great way of doing that. So, of course, I'm going to help you. We are going to look at 5 expressions today that I highly encourage you to start using in your daily conversations. But before we look into expression number 1, you know exactly what I'm going to ask you to do. Give this video a thumbs up, and if for some reason you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more amazing content to help you learn and speak English. So, without further ado, let's get into expression number 1, and that is to cut corners. To cut corners. What on earth does that mean? Well, to cut corners means to do something or complete a task in a way that saves time, effort, or money, but also that runs the risk of that task being completed poorly or really not completed at all. It's like taking a shortcut through a city. You know, sometimes when you visit a city, let's take London, for example, you have to go like up, right, left, right. But how much quicker would it be if we could just go straight across, cut all of those corners out? We would get to our final destination so much quicker, wouldn't we? Well, let's be honest. Sometimes we do this with things that we have to do. For example, I needed to do some decorating in my home. Now, I know I should have prepared the walls. That means sanding them down so they're nice and smooth, filling the holes, making sure I don't get paint anywhere by using tape and coverings. But I didn't do that. I cut corners because of time. I went straight on with the paint, which at first it looked great. But then on closer inspection, you can see drips of paint everywhere. You can see where the wall is not smooth. So, although I completed the job at a quicker pace, the finish is not good. So really, the job is incomplete. So when we cut corners with something, it very often ends in a negative result. As another example, perhaps at a company, they decide to cut corners when it comes to safety measures. Now there's been several accidents. So maybe they try to save money by not putting safety procedures in place or providing enough safety equipment. Well, because of that, they might have saved money and time, but now there's been several accidents. So it really would have helped them just to spend more time, more effort, more money in getting those safety measures in place. And often we are very tempted to cut corners, aren't we? And sometimes it works out well. Sometimes it's necessary, as long as the job or the task that we are doing is still completed correctly. But most often, as I have found out, when we try to do things quickly, skip out important stages, the final product is not very good. So that's expression number 1, to cut corners. Okay, expression or idiom number 2 is one of my favorites. It is to go the extra mile. To go the extra mile. And to go the extra mile means to put in more effort than was expected or required. It's about exceeding the basic expectations and actively pursuing a higher standard. So when we go the extra mile, we want to do more. We go above whatever was required or was expected. And we can use this in a variety of different situations. For example, maybe a salesperson decides to stay late to work on a client's specific needs or requirements and really perfect their proposal. Now, the client probably didn't expect that. They're not paying for that. But he wanted to give his client the best, more than the best, more than there was required, which is great for business. So for that client, they went the extra mile, did more than was necessary or required. Or in a friendship, maybe a friend has a day off, but they know that you are decorating your house that day. So they decide to use their day off to help you decorate their house. Now, they don't have to do that. If you're a good friend, you probably don't expect them to do that unless they owe you a favor, but they're going the extra mile. They want to help you. They're doing more than is expected. They're going the extra mile. Maybe let's think of an artist that spends hours painting a perfect picture. That picture looks great, but they want it to look even better. So they go the extra mile and make some very subtle changes. The key takeaway here is that going the extra mile is going beyond the bare minimum, going beyond what is expected or what is required. We go further than that. And this is a great thing to do, isn't it? In any situation, in a friendship, it makes a friendship stronger. In a relationship, it brings you closer together. At work, hopefully, it is appreciated and helps you to gain more work or favor with your boss. So going the extra mile is a really positive thing. So that's expression number 2, to go the extra mile, go above and beyond what is necessary. Okay, expression number 3. Now, this is a good one. This is a good one. I like this expression. It is to take something with a pinch of salt. To take something with a pinch of salt. What does that mean? Well, to take something with a pinch of salt means to not believe everything you have been told. Not completely believe something or some details of a particular story. And this is because you think that it's most likely untrue or not that accurate. There's some details that might have been exaggerated. It's essentially saying that you should be a little bit skeptical or you should question what you are hearing. Take it with a pinch of salt. And here are some examples. So let's take a big example first. The news article said the world was going to end next week, but I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. So let's look at that example. There might be a bad situation that's in the news. So the news jumped to the conclusion that the world is going to end because, of course, bad news sells. But take that with a pinch of salt. Question it. Be skeptical about it. It's most likely not going to be true. Or maybe, my boss always tells me I'm doing a great job, but I know I'm not perfect, so I take it with a pinch of salt. Now here, your boss is being nice, telling you that you're doing a great job. But have you ever been in that situation where somebody said, you're doing great job, but in your heart, in your head, you're thinking, I know I'm not doing a good job. I know you don't really mean that. That can't be true. So you take it with a pinch of salt. Just sprinkle a little bit of salt on it because you know that it's most likely not true. It's a nice thing of your boss to say, but it's not true. And it's interesting that some people think that this idiom dates back to the 16th century, coming from the ancient Roman belief that a small amount of salt could neutralize a poison. So we take a poison that was designed to kill someone, a small amount of salt can remove the poison, can neutralize the poison. Others believe simply that salt can make food have more flavor, can make it more flavorful, but too much can ruin the dish. So no matter where it comes from, basically, if we're taking something with a pinch of salt, we're not quite believing everything or anything at all. Okay, expression number 4. You must start using this one because I use it all the time, and that is, I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed. What does it mean? Well, if we aren't fussed about something, it means that we don't really have an opinion, or to be honest, we don't even really care. And this is an expression commonly used in British English. I promise. This is an expression that if you use this anywhere, in the United Kingdom, I would say, they're going to understand what you mean. I'm not fussed. I don't care. I'm not bothered. I don't have a suggestion or an opinion. For example, maybe you're with your friends, and I don't know about you, but sometimes the hardest thing can be to choose what restaurant to go to. You can't make a decision. Maybe your friends go to you, we could try Italian or a Thai restaurant. And you say, I'm not fussed. I'm not bothered. I don't care. I'm not fussed where we go. As long as I'm with my amazing friends, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not fussed. I don't have an opinion. Maybe it's movie night, comedy or action. I'm not fussed. You're traveling somewhere, train or car. I'm not fussed as long as we get there. I don't have an opinion. I'll be honest with you, sometimes people are so not fussed that it's annoying. You just want them to have a suggestion at least, but they're not fussed. Great expression to use. I'm not fussed. I don't care. I'm not really that bothered. Okay, and the 5th and final expression is an extremely interesting one. To keep stum. I'll say that again. You heard it right. To keep or keeping stum. Again, what on earth does it mean? Well, it's a British expression basically saying that someone, or maybe we, are going to stay silent about something. We are not going to talk about it. Our lips are sealed. We're keeping stum. We're not talking. And it literally translates to keeping quiet or holding back information. And here are some specific situations that we might choose to keep stum. Perhaps when you are sworn to secrecy about something, you keep stum. Maybe a friend tells you a secret and they say, please don't tell anyone. Don't worry, I'll keep stum. I won't tell anyone. Safe with me. Maybe you don't want to gossip. You don't want to talk about someone else. You keep stum. Maybe other people around you are talking about someone, but you keep stum. Good, wise decision to make sometimes. Or maybe you're unsure about something. You don't want to speak because you don't have all the facts, which is often very wise to do, isn't it? You keep stum. You don't say anything because you don't want what you say to be quoted. You don't want to spread false information. So it's a relatively informal expression, but it's just another way of saying my lips are sealed. I'm not telling anyone, or I'm not saying anything. So there you go. There's 5 expressions that I encourage you to start using in your daily conversations. But remember, if you really want to learn and use these expressions, apply them to your life. So after this lesson, get a notepad, get a pen, and write down each of these expressions in a sentence that relates to your life, is contextual to you. This way, we associate them with our personal life. And that association is what helps us to use and remember them. So let me know in the comments which one of these expressions was your favorite. If you've got any questions at all, let me know in the comments. Anything you would like me to develop a video about, I'm always here to help you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very soon. Have a good one, guys.